So today we're bringing on Elisabeth Williams, and she's with Sock Religious.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Great, Jude. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you. Great.
I want everybody to go to your page because you've got so many great things going on, as you always do. And everybody, too, go to sockreligious.com and take a look at your wonderful short video that kind of talks about the backstory of how Sock Religious came to be. I just love that.
Yes. Yeah. It's awesome. We've been around for about 6 years now. 6 years tomorrow. And it's been a wild ride. So it started with a kind of a little bit of a funny joke, and here we are 6 years later, and making a whole lot of things all at once.
I love that. I love the fact that, you know, like you mentioned, it started kind of as a joke, and because you wore socks that had maybe hot dogs on them or donuts on them, and you're thinking, wouldn't it be neat if we could wear, and of course we know every day is a different day to celebrate a saint.
Yep.
So wouldn't it be great to have socks so every day you could take that saint day and put them on your feet? You also make t-shirts and sweatshirts and mugs and things like that. So I just love it. I always say when we wear our faith, we also share our faith too.
We do. Yeah, it's been really neat to hear some of the stories that people have wearing our socks, and people approach them. I mean, one that sticks out to me so well is there was somebody on this one's one of my favorites. There was somebody on an airplane, and she was having a frustration with God and her faith, and especially, like, she's Catholic, so in the Catholic Church, and she said, "Okay, God, if you want me to make this decision or that decision, or just show me that you're here, like, show me that you're here with me." And she said, "Now, show me the Pope, like, what a specific thing to ask for." And so someone had worn our Pope Francis, or our Pope John Paul II socks, I believe, on the airplane, and she looked over and she saw our socks. So it's funny. I mean, God can use a whole lot of things for his goodness and his glory, and in that moment he chose to use that item, and so that's always stuck with me, that, like, you never know what, like, rolling up your pant leg is gonna do for God's church and his people. So it's been pretty cool.
Oh, God's grace. And you know what? You've got an amazing team. How you come up with a lot of puns, you know, when you're talking about your socks and the names of your socks. And there are a few that come to mind that you could share.
Yeah, we have Saint Therese of Lisieux. We've got JP2 for your shoe. A lot of toe shoe puns. And it's not exactly part of our screening or interview process, but it does seem to come out when people stop in, and we've got a lot of different personalities and a lot of different people in the rooms that we do some brainstorming sessions with. We invite the whole team, so anybody from production to finishing to any part of the in-between comes in and brainstorms some of the very creative ideas. Like, if I'm just in love with our St. Lucy sock, especially. So her feast day is coming up, I guess, in a little less than a month, but there's Braille on here. There's actual, like, Braille that you can see, because she's one of the patrons of those with eye disorders and blindness. And so that was such a creative thing that you never know if you can do with the sock. But when you have incredibly creative people and you have incredibly technically gifted people, we can create some really neat things. Yeah, and that one's actually also a kid sock, which is really beautiful. So it's definitely
perfect. We want to mention too that right now, through this Friday the 17th, your St. Nick's sale is going on, which is buy 4 socks and you get 1 pair free.
Yep. Yeah, so getting those, I don't know if anybody else thinks like this, but St. Nick's Day seems to come at this sometimes inconvenient time when you just finished Thanksgiving, you're focusing now on Christmas, and you're like, oh gosh, now we've got to fill some shoes with coins and candy canes and focusing on sharing the generosity of St. Nick. And sharing his story, but also like, you want to offer something to your kids, to your spouse, to anyone. So, I mean, my Scott's parents would up until we had kids, would still fill our shoes when we were like 20 and 28. Put your shoes out. You don't know what's gonna happen. So
it's right.
Fun.
There is no age restriction there.
No.
There's no. So, Elisabeth, I'm just going to go ahead and hand the platform over to you so you can start showing the certain socks that you want to show or other items that you want to showcase today.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'll start with our St. Lucy socks again that actually are really beautifully matched together. And one of our especially special one was our Christmas sweater. One that we actually have in a no-show in a kid sock. This is our 5-year-old's favorite sock. Any time of the year, any day of the month, he's already worn through a pair. And then we have them in one size fits most, I believe, in an XL as well. And then what I love is we've been making more of our designs more kid focused, and you can really see that on the 3 wise men, where we've got the story of the 3 wise men, and then in the kids sock, it's a little more kid friendly and fun and just beautiful. But also on the back, it tells you a little bit more. So you don't have to necessarily know everything about this saint, but you can hold it up and say, here you go, and read from the back, and they'll think that you're a genius. And then we have our nativity sock as well, which also comes here together. So what's really fun as well when you're talking about like families and kids is our kids love our nativity window cling. You can put that on windows, and it comes on and off, and you can move the figures around, and that's been really special. And it's harder to lose the baby Jesus if you put him away during Advent and find him again. He's just sitting on this paper waiting for you. Then one thing that's always been really fun is this Advent wreath pack. So what these are actually are every Sunday of Advent is a different amount of candles, and you've got the 3rd Sunday here, which is rose, and so you got it ready to go, and every candle, got the candles back here, so it really just looks like a candle holder box, but
so clever. That is so clever. Yes,
that's like
perfect. Yes, exactly.
And
I love
to remind everyone to find your Advent candles now, because we've always found ours, and after the summer, they will melt in the attic. So either get new ones or use the socks that are in here. So yeah, we just have a lot of fun things, and what's fun this year especially is how much we have for the whole family. So I personally like, unless it's, if you're in a place that's a little bit warmer during Christmas, like I don't get so hot when I'm wearing these in the summer versus like our longer ones. So yeah.
So Elisabeth, can you tell us what materials are used to make the socks, as far as the weight of the material, as you mentioned?
Yeah, we've got cotton, polyester, nylon, and spandex. And so when you look at our designs, they're all a little bit different based on the kind of yarn that's used in each part. And we've got like genius technicians that can move the spandex and the nylon to not only have this wonderful fit and softness and like lushness, but also like a really good, beautiful and well-fitting sock. So that's something that has been really special. And we also make them right out here. So right as we like connected it got sold out there. So we're literally we're 2 walls away from where our socks are made. I'm a few more walls away from where our shirts are printed. And the creative team is all the way around me right now, working on new designs and just making some really beautiful things. And what I love especially about our socks is how much love and effort goes into each of them. And so we hide a lot of really beautiful, these might just look like you can wear them anywhere, but the symbols in there have deep, and when we give you information to share those deeper meanings, like it's a
yes, I love the fact that you included that in the packaging, that you have the story there of that particular saint or that occasion there. So, you know, as a cradle Catholic myself, I could always brush up on, you know, because we do have so many saints that it's nice to be able to refresh yourself. What is this saint, you know, origin story? And
yeah.
So I love the fact too that you have the different lengths of socks, because in the middle of winter, I'm in Illinois and it does get cold. So in the middle of winter, I like to wear the longer socks, the calf socks. But a lot of times I like the no-show sock that you have, which is just basically covering the foot. So you have a lot of different options.
Yeah. And that's what we need about, again, like offering everything for the whole family. Like, we really want to be able to, if you've got pajamas that your whole family wears, like, we've got everybody covered almost. So, yeah, so it's fun. And in those special meetings that go deeper, like, I feel like on our journey of faith, you continue to meet new saints and new people you didn't know and you didn't need to know until right now, but just understanding that deeper, being pulled deeper into the saints that you already knew. Like in the life of faith, you're never going to just be like, okay, well, that was Saint Gianna. Now I understand who Saint Gianna is. Like, you could read a biography, but when you walk with a saint, you learn deeper and deeper what their intimacy with God was. And that's what saints are. They help guide you. They're like the light posts on the way. And so what they're doing is drawing you closer to the truth. And if they're a saint, that means they're with God. So if they're going to draw you closer to them, that's not where they're going. You know, like, they're already there. So they're going to take you to God himself, which is always a deeper well. It's always, by nature, is a deeper well. So it's neat to have these little reminders along the way.
You said that beautifully. And when you said, you know, they walk with us, isn't that fitting with your sock too?
Yeah.
You know, you have it on and they're walking with you. They're a little reminder, you know, to look down, and then you'll see the sock, and then maybe you'll say a Hail Mary or a prayer, or, you know. So that's really neat. Was there anything else that you wanted to show us today?
No, that's it. We're really grateful and happy to be with you today, and grateful for what you're doing. And it's a beautiful setup that you've got. It really is an incredible time to just bring these gifts into, like, more of the mainstream, and bring these gifts into the Christmas spirit, you know, like, this is what it's about. So it's from Target or Meijer. It's, you know, I say Meijer, but you tell him in Indiana.
Well, you're right. I mean, we can all go to those secular stores and buy things that we need, or gifts for someone. There's certain things, of course, that we're going to, you know, buy from those stores. But I think it's a reminder for us that it really is up to us, because we're apostles. By our baptism, we are to profess our faith and to keep sharing it as well. So your company continues to bring products to us that we could do that so beautifully. So thank you so much, Elisabeth, for being with us today. We'll continue to share your beautiful site, your beautiful reels that you create, and everyone, make sure to go to sockreligious.com, and don't forget the St. Nick sale that's going on through this Friday.
It is. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And we all do here. It's a lot of fun here. So hopefully you can see that through our things, and we'll keep making some awesome things for everybody.
Oh, we're so excited to see what's next. So yes, so much more in store. So God bless everyone. Thanks, Elizabeth, and happy holiday. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.